I want you to understand, I want you to know that God will make a way for you when there is no way. God will make a way for you where there is no way. I know it's simple, but sometimes we just have to remind ourselves that God will make a way when there is no way. What may seem impossible with men, it's possible with God. Where it seems like you have come to the end of yourself, this is just the beginning of the possibilities of God. You might not know where the solution is going to come from. You might not know how it's going to come, through whom is going to come into your life. I want to tell you that with God, when there is no way, He finds a way. And whatever you're facing today, maybe it's your time to get married. And maybe it's already past that time. And honestly, you're panicking. You're a bit afraid. What if I'll never get married? What if I'll never find love? What if I will not be settled in the area of marriage? What about children? What about family? Lord, I want to have that. This is your promise for my life. But it seems like it's far away. I want to tell you, don't be afraid. Trust God. God knows what He's doing. He's going to bring you through it. He's going to bring a person into your life. He's going to bring a godly man, a godly woman into your life. Your eyes will be open. You will be able to see Him. You'll be able to connect, and God will be able to, and God will bring together and bring a blessing. Maybe you are facing a health crisis, a sickness in your body. And it seems like I've prayed to God, and my situation is getting worse. It might seem like I went to I asked my pastors and my leaders to pray for me. They prayed for me and nothing got better. Maybe you have gone to a healing conference, to a healing crusade, to a man of God that moves in healing, and nothing happened. In that moment, I want to tell you that don't be afraid. Don't give in to demonic fear. Don't settle with this affliction, with this bondage. Don't be afraid. Stand still. Stand firm on God, because the salvation of the Lord is coming into your life. Maybe you're praying for your children, and your children don't know the Lord. And it seems like the more you're praying, the worse their situation gets. I want to remind you that God is still God who saves today. And if you will not be afraid, if you don't allow fear to strike you at the heart, if you stand firm on the promise of God that me and my house will serve the Lord, the salvation of the Lord is coming to your house. God will save your children. God will save your spouse. God will save the unsaved relatives. Your household will be saved. And God will accomplish that in your life. God will accomplish that in your life. Some of you have gone, trust in the Lord. You move forward with a project. You move forward with a business. You move forward with pursuing a career. You moved forward in perhaps daring to believe and stand for healing in your body, restoration in your marriage. And you stepped out of the boat, despite of the rockiness, despite of the waves, and you started walking towards the promise. You started walking towards the Lord. You started walking towards what God has in store for you. But somewhere along the way, maybe there's certain things that came against you in your mind, in your heart and your emotions, in your life. Maybe friends, maybe family are misunderstanding you. And it seems like you came to the end. It seems like there is no way. But I want to tell you this, write it down. If God brought you to it, He will bring you through it. If God brought you to it, He will bring you through it. Maybe you got on your journey with the Lord, believing for financial breakthrough. You step out in faith and you begin to do business or pursue career. But now you are facing down perhaps debt. Now you're facing down difficulties. You started pursuing that career. But now it seems like you've come to the Red Sea. Things have not been moving forward. The next promotion raise is not coming. You're standing at that Red Sea. Or maybe you started school because you felt that the Lord was leading you to advance your career or to get education, to get a degree. But now you started it, but you got to the place where you ran out of money. Maybe scholarship finished, or maybe something came up in your life and now it's becoming difficult. You're facing the Red Sea and you're wondering, how are you going to cross it to the other side? How are you going to cross it to the other side, to your promised land, to where God is leading you, where God is taking you, to what God has in store for you? I want to tell you that if God has brought you this far along, and you can see God's hand in your life, in the prior steps, I want to tell you that God didn't bring you out to bury you in the wilderness. He didn't bring you out to drown you at the sea. He brought you out. He brought you to it so He can bring you through it. Put that in the chat. If God brought you to it, He will bring you through it. God is faithful God. God is a faithful God, and He will not bring you out and leave you halfway. He will not inspire you to start something and then will not give you grace to finish it. He will not call you out to trust Him in the area of your health, that He is your healer and He wants to heal you, and then abandon you halfway. He is not going to call you out to start a business and then for Him to leave you to your own strength, to your own wisdom, your own provision halfway. God is a God that doesn't just bring us out, but He brings us through it. Trust Him. He is faithful. He's steadfast. He's reliable. You can lean full weight on God and His promises. He will never fail you.